Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's me, Addy, again, and I hope you guys are doing alright. It's just going to be like a quick commentary guide on how to get an S rank on the very first mission of Armored Core 6, titled Illegal Entry. Let's do this. So, in order to get S ranks in Armored Core 6 when you're replaying missions, my understanding of it is that you need to do the missions as fast as you possibly can. And you also need to do the missions without taking a lot of damage. You want to minimize the amount of damage that you're taking. And you also want to shoot as few bullets as possible. You want to use as little ammunition as you possibly can. So as you can tell in this very first mission, Illegal Entry, what I'm doing is I am immediately boosting past all of the enemies. I am not giving them any attention whatsoever at all. I'm not shooting at them. I'm not relinquishing a single bullet. I love saying relinquishing a bullet because of Mass Effect. I just like that reference a lot. But yeah, I'm just zooming past all of them. I'm going here. I'm just completing the objective that you have to do in the mission anyway. And essentially the key things you want to remember for mission 1 here are that obviously number 1, you're not going to be able to use any of your customized mechas for this. You have to use the one that you start the game with. And some other important things to note are that you, what I did notice is that you can take as much damage as you want, as long as you don't use the last med pack that you have or repair kit that you have. I took a good bit of damage during this mission, just by generally getting shot at by a lot of the basic mobs, and also the ultimate boss at the very end, as you'll notice. And I did end up having to use a couple of my repair kits, which I do believe make the repair costs at the end of the mission go up, which causes you to get a lower rank in turn. But I still got away my master rank. So my understanding of this is that as long as you just don't use every single repair kit you have, you should be fine. But yeah, as you can tell there, I'm just going again for the objectives in this mission. I'm flying past all the enemies. I'm using my boost. That's obviously the left analog on the controller. I'm playing with an Xbox controller here on PC. And yeah, now I'm just going to fly past the boss that we're going to eventually end up fighting. And I'm curious, let me know in the comments if you guys can, but I'm wondering if you can shoot that guy right here and make him take damage so that at the end of the mission he starts at less HP, less maximum HP when you have to fight him. But yeah, anywho's, I'm going to drop off right here. I'm going to get this objective as well. Now, this last one might be a little bit tricky. You might be tempted to shoot a lot of bullets, right? Because there are going to be a lot of enemies around this final objective here. But just don't, right? You're going to see how I eventually get there. I'll just boost around, fly there. And I will pretty much not shoot anyone or anything. I'll just keep spamming X on my controller to kind of dodge around and avoid the enemies as much as I can, if I remember right. Okay, I guess in this attempt I didn't really do that. Okay, no, there we go. I am. So, yeah. Just stand near the objective. Yeah, so again, you have to stand near these objectives in order to scan them and get them to 100%. So, yeah, stand near it. Spam X to dodge around to take as little damage as possible from the bullets. Ideally, at the end of all 3 of these objectives here, before the final boss fight that you're about to witness, you want to be at half HP. You don't want to lose any more than half HP. That's a good place to be at the start of the fight here, the final fight. And this is probably going to be the hardest part for a lot of people. I had so much trouble with this boss fight the very first time I played the game, and amongst my many replays of the mission to try and get an S rank, I kept getting messed up here. So here's the best possible way to go about this fight, and I hope this helps you out. So you want to start off by jumping up there on that roof and then immediately dash in with a blade strike. You want to use your blade as much as possible in this fight. And always stay locked on to this enemy, right? That's right analog on your controller. Stay locked onto the ship. And just hold down your rifle fire button and also your missiles. Keep spamming those as soon as they get back. And again, I can't stress this enough. Make sure you're locked onto the enemy and you're facing him at all times so that none of your bullets go to waste. Because again, you want to waste as few bullets as possible. And while you're at it, you know, just be economical about how much energy you're using to fly around. Try and get as close as you can to him. And the closer you get, the more likely you are to be able to slash him with your blade, which is what you want to do the most. That does the most damage to both his health and his armor. So get close to him, hold down the lightsaber melee weapon button, which is your left trigger on the controller, and you'll charge in and do a lot of damage. So as you can see here, I'm also tanking a lot of hits from him. Again, don't worry too much about the take as little damage as possible thing in this game for getting an S rank. In this mission, don't worry about that. Just tank as much as you can. Get up close and personal. Keep whittling him down with all your guns. Get his stagger gauge to max. Your blade should help out a lot. And yeah, getting underneath him as well is a great way to play this. Like you saw there at the end, I was kind of underneath him. I was shooting him from below and while he was on top of me. And that got him to go down pretty easy. So yeah, again, key things here for this final boss. You want to, as he's approaching you, get on that little roof after you scan the object. And then immediately fly up when he's entering the arena. And then you just want to lightsaber dash him. Or melee weapon dash him, and then whittle him down with your guns while being locked on. Never ever shoot any bullets while you're not locked on to the boss, because then you're just going to waste them. They won't hit him, and you won't make every bullet count. And yeah, that's how I got the S rank. You'll notice here on the final page that basically you want to keep your expenses. I did this many times, right? And I noticed every time I didn't get an S rank on this mission, my expenses were over 30 grand. You want to make sure they're beneath 30 grand, I think. And as long as that's the case, you will get the S rank. So just make sure you're not using too many repair kits. I think I used 2 in that fight. I just made sure not to use my last one. Make sure, again, you're only shooting at him while locked on. That way your ammunition costs don't go too low. And yeah, that's that. I hope this guide helped you out, guys. Please let me know if it did. Please leave a like on the video if it did, and subscribe to the channel, as that greatly helps out. And yeah, I hope to make many more of these for you if this one helped out. Yeah, until the next one, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, keep on keeping on.